listening to a Kabbalah meditation and the divineness of it and the message I just received. Like, it's a trickster energy, y'all. So, we aren't to mix both these names up when we're already aware of our consciousness and in the knowing of our consciousness. So, to put Jesus and Yeshua together, when I understood that, you could feel the difference. I mean, come on. And then this is where the karma comes in. We aren't to play with our consciousness. So if you know who Yeshua is, Yahshua, if you know who the divine vibrations, frequencies, and energies of Yeshua is truly, how do you communicate that with Jesus or Jesus? Name of one of the slave ships was called Jesus, though they give beautiful souls Jesus. And interesting enough, why I'm putting realm with your consciousness, because beautiful souls have went into the Vatican and went into the museums and seen Yeshua. He was not the same color as Jesus. Yeshua is of color. When we're talking about Hebrew Israelites, the Israelites were of color. So with that being said, the temples, the tabernacles, there was no churches. Come on now. Before the temples and the tabernacles, that's when it went to tabernacle after the caves. Now we're talking about deep knowing and consciousness. Yes, we research to remember. So the 222 Ashe. So just sitting back, about to get in my meditative state, and divine message of Yeshua. Like, we aren't to play with that type of karma. That type of karma is not healthy, yo. And I understood that when family members, I got uncles and family members that are pastors and deacons. So when I'm talking about the law of the all, I separate nothing for them to divide and conquer. So if I'm talking about Aset or Sekhmet or Bastet, and I'm talking about Yahshua, I'm still talking about the high vibrations, frequencies, and energies of our ancestors. So if beautiful souls are rounding at the aspect to call them a deity, and that deity that they're giving it is a low vibration, frequency, and energy, so shall you speak, baby. So shall you get. When I understood that too, understood how it works, Ashe, divine message. So beautiful souls, if you're seeing white orbs of light coming through, it's your angelic ancestors and your celestial ancestors knowing, letting you know that they're in your presence. So the divine message as I'm giving this, 344. So that's just deep, guys. Wanted to put that on here. And literally spirit led, as I'm in the state, ting, you'll feel it. Channel messages, and this ramen deep too for beautiful souls that are starting their YouTube page. Your channel messages come easily and effortlessly, flowing with your heart. So whenever you're ready to post it, boom, don't hesitate. Go ahead and put it on here. 411, 414. It got me calling out a lot of numbers for beautiful souls. So realm with them. Now this one right here was literally not to compare. They are not to be compared. One is matrix driven and one is divine truths. And in that knowing of divine truths, we reign to speak our truths. Ashe. So yeah, like I said, Jesus, it's the name of a slave ship. No, beautiful souls, Enterprise. Enterprise, spelled the same way, is the name of a slave ship. So that's some more realming deep on topics. The video stopped. Let's go to the next one. I'll be putting that content on my YouTube page as well. It's just, guys, with me, it's the truth and in the knowing. So as we research and remember, our story is not his story. So that's what I'll be doing here, and just roaming deep in the components of who we are and where do we stand in our I ams at this specific moments on our timelines. That's another reason why I say I'm a natal chart guru. I calculate your birth chart. Each line is a timeline. Each number and calculations on that timeline is different lives on different timelines, present, past, or future. Hear me out, guys. This is Kabbalah astrology. And in this, you get your life path number, you get your soul urge number, you get your soul expression number, and this just runs with numerology, though we're going to stay on the topic of Kabbalah astrology. Kabbalah astrology at hand. And knowing who you truly are. Just with numbers. And with the numbers, your name, that is alphabet, Alf, Fa, Bet. These are 3 Hebrew gods, Hebrew letters. Interesting enough. We're going to stay on this specific topic at hand that I'm talking about, y'all. And your name, the letters, all have numbers to them to decode your name. And decoding your name can bring back symbols of your past life names. This still involves Kabbalah astrology. When we're talking about decoding your name into numbers, it goes to Kabbalah. Now, when we're talking about Yoruba astrology, we'll talk about that's another roaming deep. So we'll give space for that one on the next content. Though, like I said, beautiful souls, this is what I do, especially when it's vibration, frequency, energy analyst. Knowing who you are, starting with your name and with your birth date. Then go back to the body. Feel the body. Know the body. These things, these natural components help you to ascend on higher and higher planes. Because that's the deep passion right there. As you're evolving, you're healing. And as healers that are healing, beautiful souls, you want to know who you are, right? You want to know the names. So many names. And with knowing that, yeah, when the OGs come down, you know that's speaking of OGs, Ashe, my grandmother. So, literally talking about this realm and deep, y'all. Y'all know I realm deep. And the components to realming deep. Y'all already know, beautiful souls, 909. Beautiful souls that want to realm deep, comments up below. Y'all know I flow, as you see. I'm chilling. Y'all see the pillows. Just kicking it. So, I was spirit led to put this on here, 919. We aren't to mix them. We aren't. And the poisonous cycle of it is, you can see the rage in some of our ancestors, yo. As we spiritually awaken and talk about Yeshua being of color, he's in the Vatican. The Pope praises Yeshua of color, golden trim, like these paintings. Come through, Solomon. These paintings from the Solomon's Islands and the Solomon's temples that are now in the Vatican, yo. We talking about sacred knowledge and a knowing, and how our ancestors, aunties, uncles, grandparents, whoever will catch a fit, will break out in halves when you say Jesus is, that he ain't real. And then some, like Black Panthers, Ashe, don't get upset when somebody calls them a blue-eyed devil. You gotta understand, when beautiful souls say that, feel the vibration, frequency, and energy that they're coming from. Oh, I ascended so many times when I literally understood beautiful souls' frequencies and the oneness that it brings, and understood their higher consciousness and the knowledge they were speaking, and not know, huh? No, that's ego driven. You're not to judge what another beautiful soul says. You're to feel where they're coming from and not to attach yourself to it. Attach yourself, ain't no telling what's gonna latch on to you. Oh, you'd be surprised. You would be surprised. Ashe Papa Olokun. Just roaming with Olokun in general. Just, it's, you don't judge a book by its cover, baby. You turn them pages. And I mean that in general. So when we talking about a spiritual warfare and all of that, we talking about healers that haven't healed things truly and are out here with subconscious programs on autopilot. With those subconscious programs on autopilot, you've given yourself time to distract yourself from self to talk about somebody else. We ready to talk about it? Whenever y'all ready to talk about it, like I said, doppelgangers, like all this adds up to spiritual warfare. Revelated times, when you get around a real earth angel or a real divine healer, your test of times, what did you do in their presence? Did you acknowledge the fruit and healing vibrations, frequencies, and energies that they were giving off? Or did you allow the low vibrations, frequencies, and energies to set in your vessel and corrode? Because if it was healed and gone, the words off thy lips wouldn't be of another beautiful soul. Whenever y'all ready to talk about it, like, 1303. When I see the 13, y'all already know I feels it. 1313, 1313, 1313. Had to say it 3 times. Let's get it. But at the end of the day, when we're talking about these things, beautiful souls, it's your heart. Especially when you see it for what it is. It's the heart space. Feeling your love. And seeing beautiful souls for what it is. Interesting, like when we're talking about an empress or a high priestess, the divineness and the divine feminine work we do. You can't possibly say you know what a high priestess is doing. Not a divine one of purity, especially when you've grasped the aspect to say, I know what you're doing. That was a divine time loop I was in when I was with a divine God. The aligning and the healing. So it's interesting enough on my journey, when I align to healers, for them to heal and embrace their lights, what do they do? That was my first ascension in knowing my soul mission and soul purpose. When I was aligning to healers, and what space were they giving? Being aware of space that's given, especially when it's involving unity. No one is to pour in a cup when there's no bottom. How can you pour in a cup with No bottom. That's okay. Spirit said, give an example. Example like beautiful soul saying that things are going to happen like this and like this, and it's just keep prolonging and prolonging and prolonging. That's a low vibrational time loop. And the power in it at times is to not even speak and say anything at all. Allow it to flow. Though when you're at a controlling aspect of it, you'll get answers like that. I had to understand it too, beautiful souls. Definitely been there. Though my test at hand was the law of discernment and allowing beautiful souls to show me who they truly are by giving them the space. You give the space. Definitely give the space. Because with you giving that space, that allows you to see it for what it truly is. And Spirit will tell you when it's time to move around. So, why Spirit wanted me to put that on here, but I had to put that on here. Divine shift today. And the phenomenal journey of shifting out of paradigms that you had already left. Like, especially with exes or past friends or past life soulmates, false twin flames, It's so many. We can realm deep in so many different topics, But the false twin flames is a good one right there. Because as soon as twin flame hit, it's like it was a trending topic, especially with love. Let me find out doing spiritual work just to align with your twin flame. When I understood my first twin flame was my masculine and my feminine and my duality in here, stay on deck. And when you're in a meditative state and you're so magnetic to call and pull in, so pull your ancestors in your space, baby. Fill the whole room up. Fill a whole room up. You get chills and then you get lukewarm. It's a difference. Then I just feel a cool breeze. It's feel like cool breeze, and then that lukewarm sensation like cool breeze, and then a Kundalini stimulant. We can talk about it, but yeah, keep this one brief and short. Y'all see, I already know I'm a Akashic record speaker, soul contract reader, so I'll just go from one topic to the next. I talk about what Spirit wants me to talk about as I'm talking about Yeshua, but the divineness in the Yeshua and Ashe Solomon to come through. Like literally, has anyone ever researched about the Yeshua paintings and where they came from, originated from? Okay. So, like I said, when we're realming with our consciousness and the purity of our consciousness and aligning with our ancestors and speaking the fruit that they give us to speak within self, it all makes sense. It all goes together. Like, and the purity in it when I felt it, because it was soft and gentle when it was said, though the excitement of it allowed me to flow with it and say it as I'm giving the messages. So that's deep, yo. That is deep. When we're talking about the paintings, Mother Mary, Yeshua, Madonna, of color, golden trim, gold, golden instruments, like golden yard. Come through. I just looked that up. The 77 golden tablets. 77 golden tablets. Like all this adds up to one of the temples on Solomon's Island. Though I'm not going to get too deep into a lot of things, but the divineness of it, guys. The divineness of it. They ain't going to tell you everything. They'll figure it out. Mm-hmm. They'll figure it out. And the thing about to astral travel to the energy that pulled and came this way, like when we're talking about European Masons and stuff, like it's no sugarcoating when we're talking about oneness in the Lord, y'all. Yeah, I love it though, because we talk about sacred knowledge and the components of it, and even a race thin for fame and abundance, you know, all that add up. That's why just searching for things and finding things is at an all-time high now, and still searching for things. Some things they will find, some things aren't meant for the cultures to find. It's only meant for specific cultures to find. That's why certain mayhems happen, certain curses happen, certain spells happen. They should have knew better, especially with King Tut's grave. His whole tomb. They talking about soon as they opened the lid. Soon as y'all opened the door and made an entrance, he was one of the main ones. The Silver Pharaoh. Like I done put it a few times on my content. Even when we talking about Ra. You know, Amun Ra had crystals in his mouth. Sacred celestial crystals. Bastet had sacred celestial rubies in her sarcophagus. Like all this add up. So when you looking at Queen Elizabeth crown, y'all looking at that jewelry. Ta-da! Who you think made it? Like literally, who do you think made it? Even the jewelers today. It's deep. It's deep. Another flash of light. There's no sugarcoating it though, especially when you know, in the knowing. So yeah, y'all already know what we meditating on. You can reduce most of these museums. Yes, they're going to reduce most of these museums, because most of the artifacts in there are going to be going back to their original places. In the knowing. In the knowing. Put it back and don't touch it again. And then I've had some deep Egyptian ancestors come through strong. You ain't got to even worry about it, baby. We remaking it anyway. That's deep. I got that channel message, I say, just a few weeks ago. Just a few weeks ago when I started making clay masks. I started making ancestral clay masks. My first one is a Eshu and Shango. Ooh. And cowrie shells on the eyes. Cowrie shells on the eyes and the mouth, leaving gateways for the eyes and the mouth. Gateways off of thy lips. Gateways off of thy eyes, allowing no more illusions. Ashe. So, our crafts, our creations, everything we do is to ascend and evolve. Is it of pure love? Ashe. So all of this adds up, yo. This one right here, this one's for Yeshua. the vibrations, frequencies, and energies of Yeshua, and knowing who we truly are. Ashe. And that's deep, especially when we're talking about Hebrew Israelites. You get a lot of beautiful souls talking about it now, and it's divine honor. And to evolve with the all in it all together. Oh, yeah. So, during these times, y'all already feel a shift. Ooh, this shift right here, I know y'all felt this shift. It's been thick. But today, the shift today, though, congratulations. You passed the test. SSs came through strong. They definitely wanted me to say that. Congratulations. You passed the test. And that test at hand is following your intuition. Not listening to nobody else's. Following your intuition. Going with your heart. Feeling your heart before you react. And at times, you ain't even gotta react. Just go with the flow. Going with the flow is a reaction alone. And a divine reaction it is. So yeah, beautiful souls. Like I said, this one, Yeshua. And nobody wanted me to sit up. The honors of it, y'all. Because I get excited every time I get a channel message, because this is what I do. This is my passion. Like, helping beautiful souls heal, know who they are, so that it helps them ascend on higher planes. And it's a delightful honor. So, like I said, this one right here was honors to Yeshua. And knowing, like literally knowing who our ancestors really are. How much of oneness we are with them. And flowing in our vessels with them every single day. Every time you are in your purest state. Heart light as a feather. Feel your ancestors flowing in you. Feel how you used to look at those golden tablets and scrolls. All this add up. I love it. Now, like, I'm a Pisces and my duality is very balanced, so you'll hear me, I'll be so excited, and then the purity and light as a feather hits in. The sound waves are more calmer and more easy for beautiful souls to hear. Healing frequencies coming from a beautiful soul. Ascending with your throat chakras alone can help another beautiful soul heal just from the calmness of your voice. It's truths coming off of thy lips and the sound waves of the truths as you speak your truths is magical alone. Not to distract yourselves or lead yourselves astray from that divine frequency that is upon you. Beautiful souls. That was gonna get me back to it. Just don't know. I've seen it. Like, Olo Coon has allowed me to go to the depths. I've been in some, like, literally
And money don't mean nothing. See beautiful souls with money that still carry hate in their hearts will literally belittle a earth angel like they know what they talking about and know nothing of their Akashic records. I've looked at a beautiful soul and knew that they were the bloodlines of a mermaid instantly. And, huh? So when I understood that, I just, okay. Beautiful souls will understand your frequency. It's kind of hard if they don't understand their own. Especially when you're in the presence of an earth angel or a healer. Like, there's no humbleness, no calmness, no just being in the moment without thinking. There's your ego gon' hit. And it's gonna hit hard. Where you might have to just shut up. I've seen where people just talk and just talk and talk to the point where so many energies are coming into they have no choice but to stop talking because now they've been drained just by the conversations alone. And with those conversations, who have you allowed to come in? From all over. All over. You understand what I'm saying? And this is deep too. Like, that's why I say I do counseling for children too. All this adds up. All of it. Nothing is separated when we're talking about the all. So when we're talking about schools, churches, all these matrix-driven programs and simulations that beautiful souls are in, that's why you have beautiful souls that have evolved in their soul missions and soul purposes, willing to help. Literally, willing to help. Give the space. So we ain't got time for the bullshit. Not during these times. So with that being said, especially for younger children, and speaking their truths, not taking nothing with you to your grave. I mean that seriously. That's another that's what helped me ascend on my spiritual journey. Literally, beautiful souls. Not taking things with me to my grave. Literally feeling like I was born into an adopted family. Always fighting family members' demons. Running away from home because I got tired of fighting my family's demons. Pure love. Wake up every day with pure love, and then somebody at the breakfast table, that's what they call breakfast table, is upset. And I feel it even as a little girl. Don't cry, Daddy. Touch his face. Look down at me. Yeah. He stopped crying. So all this literally helped me evolve into who I am and protecting my energy. Y'all, you gotta keep your energy protected. Ancestors want me to turn on the light. It's getting real serious. You want to protect your energy. For real. This is deep for somebody. 34, 44. You have to protect your energy. There's no way you happy and then out of nowhere somebody just come through. And I've been been in companionship. I've seen it. Been in companionships and have seen it. When I rise, give grace, gratitude, thanks. I do my daily rituals, spells, curses, and hexes. And what is that? Getting up, washing up, cleansing, brushing my teeth, washing my body, eating natural components, meditating, yoga, doing self-love, spells, curses, hexes, rituals, seances, all dealing with self-love for ascensions. My masculine came in strong because it's really got to be talked about right now. Where did it come at with our culture where we started doing a European version, where we doing spells, curses, hexes, and rituals on each other? Make it make sense. Oh yeah, we're going to talk about this right now because it came through real strong. Yeah. Come to Hebrew Israelites like it's not a game. I'm talking about King Solomon Island and all these places we've been to. Oh God, another verse. All the places that we've been to, yo. Our soul feel it. Our soul know it. And to literally go right back through this same time loop during Aquarius season, baby. They thought we wasn't gonna be aware of it. Come on now, y'all. Come on, let's talk about it. That's what the spiritual warfare was about. All us beautiful angels out here. All of us beautiful angels out here with so much power. You are to align that, stay in it, and ascend with it. Ashe, come through, Anubis. How do you think you gonna do that if you allowed yourself to do spurses, curses, spells, and hexes on somebody else? Yeah, let's talk about it. For real. Just common sense with consciousness when it comes to angels. Radiation, distraction, vibrations, frequencies, and energies. When do we start doing it upon one another? Y'all showing them the time loop of divide and conquer by doing this. Are we ready to talk about it? Are we ready to talk about it? Other than that, we good. We good. Gonna keep the heart light as a feather. Love, light, and phenomenal healing. All day, every day. With self. With that allows everything else to align to you. Easily and effortlessly. So, yeah. I definitely wanted to get on here and say that. And like I said, the divinest King Solomon, Yeshua, Ashe Anubis. Like, all this add up, yo. Ancestors in general. Though this one was about Yeshua and aligning with common sense consciousness, yo. Like, And now, ain't that amazing? Like, literally, I talked about it earlier, but I want to get back to it again. Like, that's just speechless to know. Like, has anyone asked, literally, where these paintings originated from, where they took them from and put them in the Vatican? Solomon came in strong in the temple. That's why the first temple that he originally stayed in was torn down. They later messed with the second temple. We'll realm a little deeper in some other topics. I'll put those topics on some more content. Though this one, I didn't want it to drag too far along. It's already at 40 minutes though, so we just gonna go hard. And they said go hard, so we'll go a little hard. I'll give another story about it. Y'all know Akasha. I love speaking stories. So, Massey and Komba. Ashe. Ashe ancestors come through. As we align to this divine message. The Solomon Islands. And through for channel messages of Solomon Islands. Ashe. Ashe. So, divine chief of the Solomon Islands in their own specific tribe, the Taka people. And the Taka people were literally up. I already know I'm playing no games. No games. So when it come to the Taka people, and interesting enough, the chiefs and the heads of tribes and villages really did not play no games about wedlock. They literally would abandon their own children because of wedlock. Ain't that something? Abandon them. Leave them. Literally leave them. In the middle of the lands to fend for themselves. And both stories that I got were of women, which made it more searchable. Like, I had to realm deep on the aspects, because when I first got downloads of Atlantis and Atalanta and how she literally had to fend for herself into the jungle. They don't talk about that story a lot, though they like to talk about the golden apples. They make sure they put them golden apples in there, though, didn't they? It's just like, so much was told in reverse. Like, it's like the globe I showed. It's all in reverse. And it's not that much body of water. I need somebody to know this right now. It's more land than that. Yeah. There's so many I like. Micronesia, and then the Caroline Islands, Solomon Islands. It's islands stripped off everywhere. And the thing about these islands, and I'm just pulling the globe alone to channel off the energy grids from this globe and go to the energy grids, you feel me? Giants still living in these caves. We gonna stay on this topic at hand, y'all. Where to find this juice? So when we talking about the Taka people, the chief of the lands, his daughter ended up having a child out of wedlock. I'm just gonna continue saying the story. The channel message is coming through. So when she was pregnant out of wedlock, there was a giant that her father, the chief of the village and tribe, They were fighting this giant. They were at war with this giant for some time. They could not defeat it. So, one time they went ahead and got to the nitty-gritty again, at war with this giant. This time, it killed his son, her brother. And by that, he was despaired. He didn't want to, though he still left. And boom, ooh, she came through strong. She felt butterflies like weight hit her stomach. 45. Weight hit her stomach. She asked her mother first, Mom, do you think Father will let me go? Even though I had a baby I'm pregnant out of wedlock. She said, I don't know, Aki. You're still going to have to ask your father. But long story short, she asked her father. He still told her no. Y'all. I'm looking for it. Let's see, I be having the juice, y'all. It be all over. So, he told her no. When he told her no, we're gonna dig into this one later. Like Henrietta, these the slave ships, and trickster energy about the slave ships, yo. Like they had Navy SEAL ships that was capturing slave ships, though most of them that I'm looking at are Britain. Now, when we talking about Britain, this deal with Social Security cards. You feel me? So all of this, like, when it comes to me, baby, and knowing it's deep, and all this the fruit that I give beautiful souls on my YouTube page, all of this is going to go in a book, for the simple fact of it's fruit for everyone's Akashic records. You know, they have archives, they got that Ancestry.com. I didn't do it. The thing is I was tempted to do it, don't get me wrong. But the challenge in it, I love the challenge in it. The challenge in it was to know thyself, to go within self. And the more I did that, kept finding more and ascending more. Literally. Though I'm not down to nobody. I ain't down to nobody. Because the thing about it is, what I was going to do, which makes it beneficial for anyone, when you still get the Ancestry.com, look at it. And each race is saying, go to the history of it. You know you of color now, go to ancient. You know, go to prehistorical times. You know, you're going to have to go to some ADBC. You're going to have to go real deep. Like real deep. This deep too when it goes to Asians, Koreans. All this add up when you go to each continent. The ones that's dipped off in the mountains. Clear. Chocolate. But yeah, I wanted to find it, y'all, so that way I can okay, ancestors, can you clear up the channel message so I can give them the rest of this divine message? Ashe. Okay, so Ashe. So when the father and the tribe, the Taka people, took their people and went across the river further down onto some other lands, left her to fend for herself. So as they left her to fend for herself, the thing is the giant was still there. So the giant came back. She played dead. Literally. The giant sniffed her. He sensed something different about her. So he went back to the cave or somewhere, and he got something. He went back to the cave to get some instruments so he can go ahead. Certain giants were cannibals. That's why they were at war with them, because they were eating tribe members. So he went back to the cave to get some instruments. Like he was finna cut him up a steak. Long story short, as he left, she rose. She ran instantly. She ran for 2 days and 2 nights straight. So after running for 2 days, 2 nights straight, she felt she got a little distance from her, plenty of distance to be in a safe zone. So since she did that, she didn't want to go too far on regions where she would hit another tribe or another village, and they would try to condemn her, knowing that she was pregnant out of wedlock. So with that being said, she fended for herself, pregnant, in the jungle. Made a garden. Made her own temple, yo. Bore twins. 2 boys. Massey, Komba. She buried these 2 boys. She trained them about their roots. She fell down as she told them the story of her legacy and what happened. Her sons felt bad. They felt bad enough. One day, they all get up. They said, "Mom, we'll be back. We'll be back before dinner's on the table." So, they both got their bow and arrows, and they drift back off to the village that she once stayed in. So, they get there. You don't see nothing. Then they signal a sound, got a little horn, signal off a horn. Hit it a few times. Boom. Presence of the giant there. So, giant take a big tree right out literally. I'm telling y'all the story bit by bit of these download channel messages, and it's dope. It's amazing. So, the story, the giant took a big tree, took it off the roots, swung it, threw it at them. They both separated. The tree went right in the middle of them. Massey, the bow and arrow out. And they're very specific about this. This shows you the purity and humbleness, so that way while in warrior mode, it's still calm and in the moment. Ain't no hood with anger. You're still pure love. Because if I don't need to, I will not. And still pointed it up. Flinked it off. Got him in the chest. And it's the first arrow. First arrow. Felt it. It went in that meat. It pinched that skin. Oh, no. Now I'm going with the vibration, frequencies, and energies of the giant. Was shocked. Completely shocked. The cannibal, you sitting up here eating up our ancestors. Yes, eating up our ancestors. You thought you wasn't gonna feel that pinch. So pinched for some hood. Went down. He pulled it out. Got mad. Threw it back. I was finna charge at him. Mazi pulled out again. Twink. Got him in the eye. Komba said, and that's the thing about you don't want jealousy. The thing is, twin brothers. He was in his feelings. Like, well, okay, Master, you gonna hit him in the eye? Combo, swing. Got him in the other eye. Struck him down. Brought down the giant. The same giant that their grandfather left that village for. The same giant that was going to eat their mother. Okay? Beheaded the giant. Drug it back to their mama. She at the village because she knew where they was at. I didn't put that in there. Let me make sure I put that in there because I feel that. Ashe. So, as they went off, she already knew what they was up to because they wasn't back home by time for dinner. Wasn't even home. I know they didn't. So she grabbed her sword, bow and arrow, went to the village. So when they got back with the head dragging it back to the village, she was right there waiting on them. Right there waiting on them. They say, Mama, look what we did. And just the instincts of it. Her first instincts was to pull some tree branches off, formulate her a switch to hit both her twins with, out of the scarcity. I'm just going by the vibrations, frequencies, and energies that she was feeling. She loved them. She was just the fear that her children put on her mind and heart. That's what caused that switch to hit. She's like, she literally whipped her children. She whipped the twins. And they were still explaining to her, Mama, like, we did this for you. We did this for you. And after she got done, because she was crying, she was just letting out her energy that she needed to release. When she released it, she was at awe at what her children had did. And what both the twins do, they took that head, put it on a stick, set it afire right at the highest of highest mountains so who could see it. Their grandfather seen it. Took the boat. Brought the boat back to the lands. He said he seen the smoke. Massey and Combe ain't playing no games about their mama, baby. They had their bow and arrows ready. Like, what's up? These men, he sent the army, sent a couple tribesmen to the lands. They was ready. And long story short, when they got off the land to the lands, they seen the head. They seen the giant. So Papa ended up coming back home, forgiving his daughter, letting that load off of his heart before he left that vessel. Wanted to come through strong and say that. Ashe, Ashe, Chief. But with that being said, just to talk about the fruit of it. The fruit of it. And the energies that I'm aligning to talk about this is divine as well. So, when they came back home, building the tribes up, 58, Ashe. So, Massey ended up being the next head chief. And both of their burial grounds are back at their village on their lands, on Solomon's Island. About an hour clip, but it's divine. I set up for this one. It's an honor. Like, I love to give the fruit, and when you bear fruit, you get fruit, yo. Especially when it's talking about the sacredness of our ancestors. Pointing at the globe. The sacredness of our ancestors and the stories. I'm a divine storyteller, like I said, soul contract reader. And the stories, the real stories, the fruit of the stories. So that's one of them. Give y'all, like I said, well, we ain't gonna have it too long. It's already an hour-long clip, but the fruit of Solomon's Island. We're gonna roam into some other ones too later, beautiful souls. But right now, been on this side right here, especially with Guinea, New Guinea, and they don't talk about how they traveled this far on the other side of the globe too. When they did these things, they had the Gold Coast. The Gold Coast was lit. When I'm talking about the Gold Coast, the Gold Coast was mainly because when they bought slaves, they bought them with gold, and everything was gold. And okay, Ashe come through, Ashe, and the Spanish Moor that took them over to these lands, because we have to remember King Solomon was an Israelite and a Moor as well. So, okay, so we don't want to separate or misconstrue anyone either when we're talking about Israelites and Moors. Like, look at top. It's right there. You looking at you. So, Hebrew Israelites, your native bloodlines, beautiful souls, your native bloodlines. Ashe, come through. Your Aztec bloodlines, your Inca bloodlines. Ashe. So, when you tap into these natural bloodlines, but they'll tell you these tribes just vanished off the place of the earth. Just vanished. You ain't just gonna say we went to another density so that we could still keep sacred knowledge that y'all was trying to steal. Where do you think they get reincarnations and deaths and rebirths from? How old are you really? 30, 40, 4,000 years old in a 34-year-old body? Like I said, I'm a soul contract reader, baby. I see through all of it. It's an honor. Go through this spiritual warfare, though. Leave them where they at. Ooh, the ancestors wanted me to come through and say that for somebody strong. Leave them where they at. Huh? Especially when you talk fruit, you talk sacred knowledge. A lot of people don't want to hear you say, oh, I'm a healer. You a healer? Oh, what kind of healing you do? Will literally already give off the bullshit vibrations, frequencies, and energies. So what makes you think I even want to entertain it? All that add up. And signs when you cloaked. Ancestors come through. When you're around beautiful souls, they so used to draining your energy. And now as we done ascended, why I can't feel you no more? You used to radiate. I can't feel you no more. It's because I'm cloaked. You ain't supposed to feel me no more. And then not only that, when you're ascending and they're not ascending, they even going lower, do you really think they can feel you? I mean, okay. Let's check. Yes, I still got this juice, this content right here. One of my first notes in this notepad: sand, quartz grains. Y'all already know how I get down when I put the origins of sand, origins of snow. Like all that add up. What Wasn't no snow. Wasn't no snow. I needed all beautiful souls to look it up to where snow come from and how they tried to reverse history with snow in geometric shapes. Let's talk about the sand. Quartz grains. Just like the ice, melted down, just like the sand. Remove it all. Remove it all. Y'all. Oh, my soul just screams it. We get bulldozers and take the sand and just move it, because they just taking their precious time with just, oh, we found something else, oh, we found something else, oh, we found something else. Why y'all stopping? Just keep moving all the sand out the way. It's there. It ain't never went nowhere. It's right there. Oh, I found something else. It's just funny how the Matrix is playing all this out in this one time loop. It's just one time loop, yo. 'Cause it ain't ours. And as we look at it, we see how much these puppets have really been playing in this simulation. Especially when it comes to our legacy. Whew, yeah, y'all already know. I enjoyed this one, y'all. I really did. I got it all on here. Fornax, constellations. Got constellations on here. Yeah, and that's the next one. Like I said, we're going to realm deep on that because it's an honor, especially like Dan Calloway. There wasn't that many slave ships. I mean, where are they? We know some of them sank. Yes, we know common sense. We know common sense. We know some of them sank. But when it comes to millions of slaves, and I understood that too when I astral traveled back to the lands of Afura and aligned with certain Babas and Ifas. Ones with pure hearts and ones that realmed with Queen Elizabeth. Now, pure hearts, you gonna feel it. It's real. You gonna feel your celestial ancestors. You gonna feel the frequencies. But when it comes to certain things they do with the culture that is not of purity, don't bind anyone. Because think about it, they have to pull energy to get clients and customers. This is how certain ones do. They pull an energy. And then it's boundaries. Shouldn't have to go in your inbox. Shouldn't have to create. It's goddesses out here, real psychic medium beacons of light. And it's Ifas and Babas copying and pasting they pages as if they're their own, like they're healers, and doing services through their pages. Straight reptilian energy, yo. Straight reptilian energy. Like I said, Queen Elizabeth don't miss a parade. Don't miss a damn parade. So soon as she get there, you think she ain't sending off them reptilian frequencies off to our people? Come on now. Quit playing with the game. Quit playing with the simulation. Especially when you see it for what it is. Some be as shocked and how she know what she know. Pure love sets us all free. And at no degree. No degree. So, with that being said, when I got that download, I was like, oh, It all makes sense. It all makes sense. I'm giving off pure frequencies to Ifas and Babas. Y'all don't feel that? They're still, no, we gotta do a sacrifice. No, I didn't ask you to sacrifice I didn't ask you to sacrifice a thing. I said align for divine unity. Let me get some cola nut. We gonna hook you up with some stuff here. Y'all, I can bless you. You want to, do a couple payments with Cash App or something. There's always divine unity to be restored. Only if ones are really, truly to align and to do it with purity. Not to do it out of greed. Not to do it out of self-gain or for your patriarchy control. It's deep. Oh yeah, it's deep. So all that added up when I met Ifas, Babas, Ifa Solas, beautiful souls that are of purity, 111, 13. Ones that are of purity and ones that literally are puppets. Y'all understand that too? There was some back then too. That's how slavery started too. We're talking about puppets. You said the truth hurt, but it always sets us free. That's deep. So yeah. Say it again. Now that one was 111:44. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. It's the 111:44, 55. Like, there is no time. Only messages. I understood that literally being a descendant of oracles, being able to decode and decipher time and to feel it, knowing where you are and where you stand in time. That is not yet time. Had a double look. I was finna say time loop and it. You gotta understand when you shifting, everything will shift with you. Lights will flicker. You done ascended. Poof. It's like the whole room gotta shift with you. Lights flicker. Smells. You get smells. Beautiful smell of roses. My divine grandmother. And the scent you get. Ashe ancestors come through. So, they said the smell of burnt pickles. It's not funny, but the sulfur smell. But the smell beautiful souls are getting now, it's like low vibrational energies and entity smells. It's a burnt pickle smell. Burnt flesh. Burnt flesh. We come through Anubis. And burnt flesh only came because it's a lot of beautiful souls that have allowed themselves. Close my eyes for this. It's a deep channel message. You can feel the energy of it. And beautiful souls that don't continue to do their spells, curses, hexes, or rituals on themselves for self-love, that have allowed themselves to be distracted and become a puppet to these low vibrations, frequencies, and energies that have taken over their bodies. Burning flesh. You can smell them. They still walk like they us out here. Half a soul. Ashe ancestors, or they They're about to hit the verge of a walk-in soul. Now, walk-in soul is, your rebirths, deaths, reincarnations, and their soul just walk right in. 1:15:15, when you have a soul walk in. But yeah, they came in with that, it's an odor smell, and the smell of burnt flesh. These are the ones that have fallen from grace due to their lack of healing or the time loops. I see it. Time loops. It's literally men. It's literally men out here that heal women, and it's like they've gotten to a time loop of just healing women. And when I seen that time loop and the divine frequencies of it, because the time loop was during Sodom and Gomorrah, and how they were doing women with their magical powers and energy. They wanted me to do it again. So this is deep, beautiful souls. When we're talking about time loops, what we come back here to heal and ascend from and let go of. It came through strong. Ooh, my shade flashes of light with my eyes closed, so you know they on deck. So, as you literally are in your space, you see weird simulations in our own creations. Allow it to be what you want to create, knowing who you are. That's the divineness in it, knowing who you are. Everything around me, diamonds and gold. This ain't no blue pillowcase. It's gold. Literally transmuting at some of the highest frequencies. We'll talk about it one day. We gonna talk about it. Yeah. I love it, y'all. Y'all already know. Always love, light, phenomenal healing, and honors to Yeshua, knowing and understanding the truths of our ancestors, speaking the truths of our legacies. And interesting thing enough, I was aligned to the Ankh first. Then the Spirit led to the Israelites. And not only that, was blessed with a Bible. And not only just any Bible, one of the original texts that has the Hebrew letters going down each scripture so that you can decode what our ancestors left behind in the book. They ain't got that in the original versions. They ain't put that in there. They made sure they didn't. Because if they did, I'd have got one of them too. Oh, what? Alphabet? And then you create an alphabet over the Hebrew alphabet? Like, where they do that at? That just lets you know they were hiding something. And how to hide it than to give you another language, baby. allow you to say something else at another frequency that carries even higher frequency of poisonous energy. Mm, 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 mm. And the power in it. You, 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 I, mm, carries two different frequencies. And the components in it. And when you're saying you're beautiful, you're glowing, you're shining, your purity radiates. You wash your ass today? Just a prime example. Just a prime example. Just a prime example. I love, like I said, I'm a vibration, frequency, and energy analyst. And I'm going to talk. I'm going to let it be known. And as a vibration, frequency, and energy analyst, I love to give examples, stories, and fruit about how things work all day, every day. All day, every day. It's not stopping anything. And that'd be another sign. Drink you some water. And when you speaking your truths, that's how energies work. Energies will literally want you to stop you from speaking your truths. And just don't know that energy goes straight back to sender. Come through, that brings me back to Yeshua and our ancestors in general. When it came to, like what we did, how we evolved within us, self. We didn't have this hatred like this upon one another. And they know this. Though, when you see another beautiful soul standing in their power, what upsets you? The only thing that upsets a beautiful soul is knowing that they can't steal your power, manipulate your power, play with your energy anymore. The gig is up. And then, you gotta understand how powerful some of you beautiful souls are. It don't be just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'd be a whole cult. A whole cult, like 30, 40, 50. Deep. Who you think you playing with? Like, all this add up. All this add up. Now I want to pull back. No. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. You should have knew this from jump. We got the same color on our skin. And you And then this ain't even about the skin color. It's about oneness. That when we talking about biblical times and the real deal, that's why this time loop keep happening with beautiful souls that ain't learned that lesson yet. That ain't for the culture. That ain't for the people to be doing spells, curses, hexes, and rituals on each other. Cults, all that shit finna get shut down because it ain't no oneness. They stealing beautiful souls' energy. Queen Elizabeth, all of them, y'all know this ain't no secret. Kid trafficking, kidnapping kids, organs, eating them. Like, ain't no secrets when it comes to these reptilians and Nephilims. Are we ready to talk about it? Some of us know. Especially when you research the remember. You see it. Yes. Straight warriors, yo. We were straight battling with giants. Some of the women, it's women came back in this life with no kids because they had kids by giants and kept the frequency of not wanting to have a child in this life. I'm just going by pulling the energy from energy grids right now. It's women, literally women back here in the flesh that have birthed giants in the past life that will not have kids in this life because of the frequencies from the past life. Okay. That's why it's very important that we know who we are. Grave importance. And like I said, it's an honor. That's why I was aligned to the Solomon Islands. And I haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg yet, guys. I'm just going by each step of the way. Cause like I said, we already an hour and a half in. So just flowing with it, y'all. It's divine. And I tell y'all what, when I hit the Google button, it's still on here, was Yeshua on Solomon's Islands. Though they did give me divine fruit, they didn't answer my question, though they brought up Malata. That's actually the temple. That's the island that Solomon's temple was on. So I'm gonna get to the juice and the fruit on that. Do some researching, remembering, channel, and allow my ancestors to give me the fruit. That way you guys know the juice. And it's not being no sugar-coated messages. What I'm giving y'all is the juice. Like when we're talking about Akashic records and the knowing who we are. And the divineness of it to align to more beautiful souls. Because when you're speaking about this sacred fruitfulness, you'll align to more beautiful souls. Especially you ask for it. Ancestors, ask to align to more divine Hebrew Israelites on speaking the truths and the fruit that align us to our sacredness and our bloodlines. Ashe, all that add up. And then when we're talking about Solomon's Island, like the Ark of the Covenant, Tabernacle, all of these were originally on Solomon's Island. I gotta say this too. It's okay, so you got Mary Malachi of Color, Holy Mother Mary Malachi. They said Mary, yep, Mary Magdalene, yep, Mary. She had a last name. What's Mary's? Did they want to give you guys any more? Because he was not mixed. He was not mixed to say that like Mary was light skinned or Caucasian, and him daddy was chocolate or Caucasian or light skinned. Huh? Come on, y'all, let's talk about it. When we talking about they saying Mary, and she a whole white statue. They ain't give her no Caucasian color, didn't give her nothing. Okay, you could have painted her too. Huh? all this add up, yo. All this literally add up when we talking about our ancestors. Our holy ancestors, yo. That's just common sense. That's just common sense. We know Yeshua was chocolate. Have to be chocolate to be in the lands of Afurah, and they searching for you. They want your head. They wanted Yeshua's head, searching for him. Could not find him, because everywhere they looked, they seen chocolate. Oh yeah, all that add up. You see it for what it is when you truly see it. Ain't no sugarcoating it. It's right here. We right here. In the flesh. Living. Literally in the flesh living. Watching our beautiful souls react to life in the vessels again. Oh yeah. Hour and a half. It's an honor, guys. So y'all already know. The frequencies of clapping. Why you think they do it in church? Clap. Rub your hands together. As you pull them apart, you can feel the magnetic pull. Stretch them out like you can feel the healing. As deep we're talking about Reiki healing and just healing mystery school teachings, harnessing your chi, subconscious, conscious, super consciousness. All this adds up. Y'all already know. 133. Kesha Greca speaker. Realms deep. So this one was about Yeshua, guys. And with consciousness. Truly with our consciousness. Look it up. Just look it up. Look up the melanin chart. Look up the melanin chart. Who's at the top of the list with the most melanin? Okay, then get at me after that. Okay? Though with that being said, though, that's why there's still oneness. Comes to the Caucasians, Mexicans, all the tribes of Israel are on the melanin chart. And when it comes to Caucasians, that's why they get Ancestry.com too. And some of them got African in them too. Of course. We know. That's just common sense. All the breeding that was going on back in the days. Yeah. Of course. Yes. Like I said, this wanted to put this on here. Put my hands up. Your hands. Who you are. Your melanin. The power in you. Let's rise. Let's reign. Let's stay aligned. No more distracted time loops. Oh, I share beautiful souls. Y'all already know. Gonna go ahead and end it now. It was an honor. And like I said, continue putting the fruit on here. Do it like this. And allow beautiful souls to see things for what it truly is. Align to who you are. Who you are. X out all the extra stuff. Because all that extra stuff lets you see who's really in charge of your vessel. No more sugarcoating. Who's in charge of your vessel? Are you in control of your vessel? Speaking love, fruit, shining light? Somebody else in your vessel. Talking about everybody else but yourself. You would belittle somebody. You would speak down on somebody. Like, all this adds up to you being in your body and in the moment. Say less. Peace, love, light. Y'all already know. Phenomenal healing. Ashe.